Welcome to E.D.J Studios. This is the E.D.J podcast. Today we have a guest that's been here before, man. This is nothing new. This is family.
It's your boy, baby.
And let's go. Krispypics, man. What's going on?
Crispy, what up, baby?
What's going on?
What's
man?
cracking, man? Give me some love, baby. Give me some love. Yo, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for having me on.
Oh, man.
I had a blast last time I was on here. It's been a minute, and I was like, yo, you know what?
It's about a year.
Let's hit him up real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's about that time, dude? You know what I mean? Fucking shows and shit and everything is about to start picking up. So you do a couple podcasts, pop out, show your face, you know what I mean? Catch up with the homies, you know what I mean?
It's always good. It's always good.
Facts, dude. It's always a great time.
And you're always working, man. I'm
Always,
always following. I'm always keeping tabs, making sure.
Always. Well, that's the name of the game, man. You really can't let off.
Exactly.
I mean,
once you start, you gotta.
I mean, you can let off, but like, it's gotta be at the right time.
Smartly too.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you can't let so like this year. Again, we're still now getting in the swing of things because it's really slow until April.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, dude? But like, if my backlog from that, like, I didn't think I was busy. I just wasn't doing a lot of shows. I was doing other shit, dude.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And just for the people I don't know.
Which was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's slow show season wise, but yo, I did 3 music videos. I did a photo shoot with Shelby. You know what I mean, dude? I did headshots with this person. I recently just did a wedding. You know what I mean, dude?
You're always busy.
So like, it's dope that like, all right, cool. Like, I'm able to fill that void. Cause like last year when this shit happened, bro, I was like, yo, I was ready to quit, dog. I'm not gonna lie, cause I've never experienced that. Because this is only my 3rd year.
Gotcha.
So you got to figure, my first year when I started, it was already booming, bro.
It's like boom, boom.
It was
boom,
April,
boom,
June.
Boom, boom.
I didn't experience that low. You know what I mean? So last year when I went through it, dog, I went the first 6 months with nothing.
Jeez.
Crickets, dude.
Yeah.
I mean crickets, bro. I couldn't give away free show shots or free anything. I just couldn't, just didn't happen. And I was like, yo. And then like April, May hit, and I was like, all right. And then June hit, and I was like, all right. And then July, August, September, and I was like, okay, so this is how this is how it is. Okay, cool. But now, like, that whole time, I'm scratching my head, like, yo, I need to find other avenues. That's really when I really started really opening up and
to do more.
Trying to showcase more of what else I do, not just, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. For people that don't know, I mean, Krispy does pictures, he does videos, like he just said.
I try.
He's done a podcast. You edit, I'm sure. Part of the game.
Yeah, I do everything myself from top to bottom, man.
Yeah.
Edit everything, you know what I mean? I take the photo, I edit the photo, I post the photo.
So it's been 3 years since you started, huh, man?
Yeah, like,
yeah.
Where are we? What, June?
Yeah, June 21st, 20.
So it was around this time.
18.
It may be like within fucking days, dude, or at least a week, dude. I feel like it was either June, or I'm way off, and it was like July or some shit. But for some reason, like June 26th of whatever, 2 years ago,
yeah,
the fuck it was. You know, so I'm actually like in my 3rd year.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Man, that's
which is crazy, dude, to think about. You know what I mean?
I know, and then like you said, it's the highs and lows.
Dude,
you know, you
bro, the lows are crazy, bro. When you're doing some wild shit, and I mean, like, not
time.
wild like in a bad thing, but yo, when you go, you're hanging out with this artist, you're hanging out with this artist, you're hanging out with this artist.
Some of them are big. Name some of them.
Why you gotta say shit like that, bro? I'm just me, dog. You know what I mean? People be hitting my DMs like, yo, hook it up, dog. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, though. So, like, I be hanging out with Nim, dude, and get like mad love, bro. Cause like, yo, she gets mad love. I'm there with her. Like, a lot of people know me, so I get mad love. Yo, I go hang out with Terminology. I get the love from like just like, yo, extreme highs, bro. Like 70, 80 people, dude, 90, 100 people sometimes you're interacting with the night.
Exactly.
And then, yo, to come back and Sunday night, wake up and go to work Monday morning, and you are a fucking number at work for your regular 9 to 5. You know what I mean, bro?
You're spent.
No one fucking loves you. No one shows gratitude towards you. You're like, fuck, dude. My life fucking blows, dude. But it really doesn't in hindsight, yo, because you got a roof over your head, you got a job, like, so like as high as the high is going to be, in my experience, is equally as low. Equally, dude. Like, yo, me and a bunch of homies just went up to upstate New York, And we did a show up there on an Indian reservation. I'm not going to say the name just because I don't want to butcher it and do disrespect to them.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not because I'm trying to hide where it is. I just don't want to insult them by not even coming fucking close.
Listen,
to,
I guess where I'm like, bro, you say the name.
I just don't want to respect anybody. But yeah, so it's like above Malone, New York, which is like upstate New York. Like, we were like 10 minutes from the border, 5 minutes from the border of Canada type shit. Dude, a blast, bro. Got straight love, dude. Mad love, dude. And then, like, yo, just like driving home and then, so I never experienced a low like this before. I've experienced like, oh, that was cool. Like, I have nothing for a week, but we're good. Like, I had nothing for like 3 weeks after this, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this was the highlight of, okay, cool. So I come back and it's just like, dog, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I gotta go weld on trash dumpsters, dude. Like, come on, dude. I was just, yo, I was just a man.
Exactly.
Now, nobody, dude. You know what I mean? Bro, it got in my head, dude.
And you're doing what you love, and then you go into doing something that you hate. So
that's the thing is, like, you get a taste of your dream.
Yep.
You get a little...
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
And then you got to come back like, yo, you just tasted what you want to taste for the rest of your life.
And it's addicting.
Dude, it's... Yeah. I've done a lot of drugs in my life, bro. And I'm, that high is...
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get it, you know what I mean? But like when I came back, bro, like you hear of artists going on tour and coming back and like literally like do nothing.
Yeah.
Because they're so depressed, bro, because they're not on the road, they're not traveling, they're not performing, they're not doing what they are meant to be doing.
Yeah.
They're now sitting at home in reality by themselves with all this money because they just came back off tour and all the love is gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's tough.
So it's, in my personal experience, dude, the highest high that I've ever experienced while doing this to date, I've also experienced that equal low.
Yeah. Balance.
You know what I mean?
It always balances itself out.
It really does, dude. And that's when, like, what brings me to the next point is you got to have good people around you.
Yeah.
Because, like, yo, I was talking to the homies, dude, and they were like, dude, listen, we get it. We've been there.
Yeah.
This is what you need to do. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like, you just got a taste. You like that, right? Okay, yeah. Now let's start changing your mindset, bro. Instead of thinking, oh, fuck, I hate this job, think of how you're going to a job to hate to fund something you love, which gives you that.
Exactly.
And I was like, yo, you're not fucking wrong, bro.
Yeah.
And then, like, yo, I was able to, like, work my way out of it. But, like, a lot of people can't. You know what I mean, dude?
And then that's where the doubt starts of, like, am I doing the right thing? Should I quit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you come back expecting to be the man, bro.
Exactly.
And you're not, dog.
Exactly.
You're not, dude. You are not the man. We are
and let's
peons, dude, in a big
exactly.
pool.
And let's be honest,
deep pool too, but mind you, dude. As big as it is, it's equally as deep.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And let's be honest, this is a big dream that we're all trying to, you know, we trying to live of what we love to do. Basically, that's the dream, right?
Yeah.
So it's already hard to follow that dream. So then when you're in those lows, that doubt is a I've been through it.
Bro, it's a scary place, dude.
Yeah.
It's a very scary place when you start doubting yourself. You know what I mean? But you just gotta, I don't know, talk to somebody, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
and then you never know. Like, look, I don't know if people notice, but in my case, I stopped doing my podcast for a while.
Yeah.
Like, everybody sees stuff because of the studio's running.
Yeah.
So there's always something going on in the studio. So there's always content coming out.
Yeah.
But out of my podcast itself, like I stopped for a while. And then I came back, and all of a sudden it's like I got these actors and these writers which I'm interested in, and then I had Term here.
Yeah,
not that long ago.
Yeah, I seen that actually the other day. I seen that.
Yeah, June 21st we got this fight going on. Saturday, I don't know if you could make it, but low auditorium.
Saturday, I got a show in Hampton actually.
Always busy, man. Always busy, but yeah, June 21st, Mill City Mayhem is going down. We got a big boxing match. We got all types of famous. Term is gonna walk out. Rashidi Yeddas.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro.
Exactly.
Plug it, dude. Keep going.
Exactly.
There's more info. Keep plugging.
We have
Go ahead. It's okay.
Bean Shooter.
Get it, baby.
We got Bean Shooter coming in.
All right.
We have Mill City. Mill City is sponsoring. I mean, not sponsoring. He's promoting the show. CES Promotion is putting the whole thing together. There's like 6 undefeated fighters on there, and then there's local talent.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Local talent, I love it, baby.
Go out and support, man. Go out and support.
For real.
I think it's gonna be a
show
great
some
show.
love. That sounds like a dope event, bro. If I didn't have the show in Hampton, I had nothing Saturday, but you know what I mean. Other than that, I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah,
like, yo, because that sounds legit, bro. Fights are crazy, bro.
Exactly.
I went to a UFC fight last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, with Exit Fame and his camera guy Brandon.
That's what's up. That's one I want to go to. I've never been to. I've been to boxing, but
it was
UFC one. I want to go.
I was like that. It was wild, bro, and it was just like Foxwoods or some shit. It wasn't even like, it wasn't legit UFC. It was like but still though, bro.
Still exciting.
Dude, when they get punched in the face, dude, it sounds like shotguns going off, bro. I was like, oh my god.
Have you ever thought of going for a show and actually, be the camera guy and taking pictures and shit?
So, I did take pictures when I was there, and whole different beast.
Yeah.
Whole different beast. I need a couple more of those to figure out everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, dude? Like, because it's hard, bro. Because like, you got to shoot through a cage.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you literally, you may have a lens, bro, but you literally have that much to shoot through. And you're not with a lens, you can't get much. It's lit. You know what I mean, dude?
Exactly. And things just going.
It's just a whole different game that was thrown into. I mean, nothing really was expected. It was more or less like, hey, do you want to come? You can bring your camera, see what you can do. All right, cool, bet. So that's what I did.
Nice.
But
nice.
It's a whole different beast, bro.
Yeah, I've always been a big fan of sports in general, all types of sports. But
definitely.
Boxing, especially. I grew up with boxing and MMA was, can't beat that.
That was my first one I ever seen, like a professional fight like that. And I'm like, yo, I can't believe at one point I was like, yo, I want to try this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, dude?
Yeah,
I seen some dude get kicked in the face live, bro. And I was like, that thought literally entered my head. And I was like, yo, I was so fucking stupid at 17 years old, thinking that I wanted to start training and learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and be an MMA fight. Like, because I had that thought for a little bit, dude. Like, once my soccer career was over, I was like, yo, I'm angry. I just want to beat people up. It's just train to do MMA. You know what I mean? And then when I seen Homeboy get rocked, dude.
Man.
Upside his head, dude.
Yeah, nah.
Like, yo, he went, like, he half blocked it and it still rocked him, dude.
Yeah.
Like, so had he not blocked it at all, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like,
see, they
Gucci,
get you,
bro.
They get you sometimes. I went, you see everybody training. The training looks cool.
Yeah.
So I used to, go to the boxing gym and hit the pads, and you look good while you're doing it.
Yeah.
And then I got my first, sparring match, and then I was like, oh, whoa.
You get punched in the face, bro.
Yeah. I'm good with this.
Yeah. Facts, dude.
I was like,
all set, dude.
Yeah, I'm all set.
All set, bro. You said 50%. He's like, I am. You're like, no, you're not. I need you to cut that 50 in half again for me, dog. Okay.
No, it's not even that. It's like I realized one thing that I was just like, I probably could have been good at it physically. I had,
I mean, I feel like you can determine dedication and you build repetition for it. Yeah. I feel like anybody can be good at anything.
Exactly.
Dude.
There's a difference though. There's a difference of being an athlete
and then a
fighter.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa,
I was an athlete, bro.
Yeah, me too. I'm more of an athlete. The fighter part where I'm like, I can figure out another way to make money. I'm good.
Yeah. No, fast, bro. When I seen him, dude, I was like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Nah, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Thank God you figure it out quick. Some people still haven't figured it out.
No, dude, I just never did it. You know what I mean? So when I was like 17, 18 years old, one, I was a drug addict, dude, at the time. But two, I was like, yo, hella skinny, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You gotta be ripped, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
size definitely helps.
At the time, just the dedication alone drove me away. I was like, huh?
Yeah. 7 days a week?
Yeah. Nah. Fuck that, dude. I can barely go one day without doing drugs, and you want me to come in here 7 days a week and train? No.
Definitely.
So like that's what happened. Like it just fell off. You know, like the idea of it just fell off. And then when I seen Homeboy get rocked in the head, I was like, yo, I may have been a drug addict at that time and been very low. You know what I mean? But that was probably one of the smartest decisions I made, dude, was to walk away from that, because that looked like that hurt. Like, it hurt me watching you.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it's like actually happening.
Yeah. Nah.
Fuck that, bro.
I'm not with it.
No, fuck no, dude.
But man, we were just talking about all these highs and lows, and it is men's mental health month.
What it do, baby? Yes, it is. It is Men's Mental Health Month.
Yeah.
It's everybody. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but everybody, for real. Okay. ask a male that you know if they are okay. Ask them twice.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't ask them just once, bro. Because I tell you, the first time they're going to say, yo, I'm fine. Because I do it. Everyone does it, dude.
We're all wired to do it.
When that one homie sometimes looks at you and goes, nah, for real, how are you?
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels good to get shit off your chest to the homies,
listen,
bro. You know what I mean?
And even if he doesn't get it off, he's still going to be like, yo, he at least cares. I'm not ready to say it. I'm not ready to speak about it. But he
show him.
Exactly.
The fact that you're saying it to like, yo, no. You sure you're all right? Yeah. Like, even if they don't want to talk about it, bro, the fact that you asked twice is going to register in his head at one point.
And when he's ready,
you know what I mean? When he's ready
he'll
to
seek you
talk
out,
about it,
you
he
know?
will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's tough, though. As a man, it's not even that there's safe spaces. It's just you're not even wired to do it. So go ahead.
I don't know. I have a thought. I don't know. Like, I've put some thought into it. I haven't really like deep transpired, but I always thought it was hard to talk to people. I think it's hard to talk to the wrong people.
That's a point. That's a good point. Go ahead.
And I think your spirit knows that. Prime example, okay? Last year I went through some deep stuff, dude. My son's mother ended up getting stage 4 lung cancer, brain cancer, lymph node cancer, bro. Dog, it was not looking good. Let's just say that. By the grace of God, she is still here today and cancer free. You know what I mean? Like, God spared her life. You know what I mean? But
those are real problems.
yo, Nim K, dude. And I mean, when I say ugly cry, I mean ugly cry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On the phone with Nim, bro, for hours, dude.
She's dope. Shout out to her.
For hours. Dog, I'm talking about 3 hours, bro. She's at work type shit, dude. And I'm just fucking screaming and yelling and crying my eyes out, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was the right person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I was able. Yeah, yo, I don't feel emotions. I don't talk about my emotions. I'm like every other man because we've been bred that way.
Yep.
We have been bred that way. And it is possible. I'll look right here in the camera, dead ass into it. All right. It is possible for men to open up to the right person. You just need to find the right person that's not going to use what you say against you. Like, yo, gonna get in trouble here. It may not be your girl, bro. It might not be your wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when you do open up to, let's say, a female, you know what I mean? Sometimes it gets used against you later on. Okay?
Yeah.
But, yo, it's the opposite, right? Okay. Nim's a female.
Yeah.
She was able to console me on that deep of a level, bro. Because I know in the bottom of my heart that what happened and what I went through would never be used against me for any personal gain, suffering, mishap, or negativity towards me.
Yeah.
And vice versa, bro. She's called me crying. And I sat there with her. You know what I mean? So I think if you find the right person, bro. Yo, Murph. Michael Murphy III.
Yeah.
My dog.
Oh, great dude. Shout out to him, man. I got to get him back in here.
We've sat there and cried the fucking together, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, yes, it is very hard for men to talk about their feelings. And I'm telling you, from personal experience here, for me, you just need to find that right person. That's it. That right person, bro.
Yeah. Makes a big difference. And like you said, that's a key point. If you don't have the right person that you feel comfortable with, and like you said, it's not going to use it against you. You know, it's tough.
Yo, I was my mom tried to put me through counseling like my whole childhood. Yo, I was angry, I was depressed, you know what I mean? Like, bro, I would sit there. One, I was being forced, so I'm not gonna open up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not. Yeah.
Two, and that's another thing. Like, a lot of men, a lot of people try to force men to open up.
It has to come from you.
Think about it, dude. Your girl. I'm not saying your girl does this.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Nothing. What's wrong?
Yeah.
Nothing. Yo, I can clearly tell something's wrong with you. What's wrong? Now, next thing you know, you're all fighting about what. Dog, you're just tired, bro.
Yeah. It just might. But.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying for an example, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right on. My girl does it all the time. Sometimes I'm in my own head about the studio work. I got to do this interview, but I'm tired.
That, bro. You can be thinking about how gas's prices are going up, how eggs are now, whatever. You know what I mean, bro? Exactly. You're like, damn, dog. Saturday's coming up in 2 days. I gotta go to the store and buy. Like, you're literally not even thinking about anything bad, bro. Exactly. You're literally thinking about what you're doing Saturday morning. You know what I mean?
It's not a big,
You got to find the right person, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that like it couldn't be your wife, because I'm sure you do on some level.
No, yeah, I do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Deeply with your life,
100%.
with your wife, as you should. But like, yo, not everybody gets the same energy or the same peace.
Yeah,
or
I'm not gonna lie. There's certain things where it's like you need another male figure to talk about. Like, at the same time, you don't. It's not that you don't, but it depends on what it is. You don't want to show certain weaknesses to your wife, or like doubts and certain stuff. Like, if I'm like, it's just certain things that are different.
Definitely, because we're led to be providers. Like, so we're not supposed to give your wife or girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like,
she's the emotional one,
right? Yeah,
she's supposed to be the emotional one.
If she starts having doubt in her mind, then that's like, you know what I mean? Like, so there are certain things you can't talk about your wife with, and that's when you need that right person, bro.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
That's my take on it, bro. Like, men's mental health, like, is very important, but it's possible because I do it, dude.
Yeah,
and I've suffered with depression my whole life, and also
addiction.
Pray to Jesus.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Surrender to God. Like, that's really helped my mental this year too. Over the last year is going to church, trying to be more of a godly person. You know what I mean, dude? Yeah. Like, it's definitely helped my mental. You know what I mean? So with the two,
but
they've made more progress in the last year than any therapist ever made with me. Wow. My whole childhood, dude.
Wow.
Think about it, bro.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. But
the way I cried with Nim, I never cried in front of a therapist like that. The way I cried with Murph, I never cried with a therapist like that. And I've had both male and female therapists when I was younger. It wasn't just like all men or all female. Like, I'd literally sit there.
You're guarded.
So like my mom would make me go a couple weeks and they'd be like, he's not talking. Okay, so it's counselors. So I get someone else. And I get someone else. And I get someone else. And I just sit there, bro, like that, bro. You know, I wasn't ready to talk about it.
Yeah, but I just want to point one thing out too, just because, and I know you're not saying it in that way either, but you have the people, and that's good. But for the people that may not have the person, if you need to do it by finding a counselor, that's completely fine.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying counseling can't work.
Exactly, but that's not just the only way.
Later on in life, when like I don't know what. A couple years ago when I was with my ex-wife, you know what I mean? So like fucking 10 years ago, whatever, I went to therapy.
Yeah.
And it did help.
Yeah.
But I was older and more susceptible to going in with an open mind. Okay, yes, I know I'm an asshole. Let's try to figure out why I'm an asshole. Because like, it's kind of interesting.
Let's figure it out, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I went in with an open mind.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like I was misusing therapy. Therapy can be helpful if used properly.
Correct.
Because again, talking to somebody
helps.
Yes.
Okay. 100%.
1,000%. It helps. Don't care who it is.
Yeah.
If you can't talk to somebody or don't want to, talk to your dog, dude. People laugh too. Yeah. People laugh.
No.
Talk to your dog. Write your feelings down. You know what I mean? Like, try to figure something out.
Your dog knows, man. Your dog understands. Man, if you had a dog, you know what we're talking about.
Dude, listen, I grew up with dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah. And it's it's a month where not all attraction gets picked. The people don't talk about it. There's not a lot of.
It's because how society picks it. Steve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's no different than when you look around and you see all these half-dressed women. That's normal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So not talking about men's mental health is normal.
It's the craziest thing, though. I mean, male suicide is nuts. So I don't know if that's the number one, like male suicide. I think we're the.
I got you. All right, I got you. I may be a little off on the figures, but I'm pretty freaking sure, dude. I'm dead spot on. All right, men according to studies here. Okay, this is make up 50% of the world's population. Okay, they all in the suicide department, right? They make up 80% of the suicide rate.
That's crazy.
Out of everybody that commits suicide.
Yeah, so mostly men are committing suicide.
Yes. And it's because of
mental health.
You are supposed to be reassuring to your wife. You're supposed to be reassuring to your spouse. You're supposed to be a provider. You're supposed to be a protector. You know what I mean? Like, and it is a very stressful thing to have to do stuff like that. It really is, bro. Like, yo, dog, if you lose your house, your wife didn't lose your house. You lost the motherfucking house.
That's how men deal with it. Yeah, it's true. And my
You know what
wife
I'm
tells me
saying?
all the time, it's not all on you. She always says, that's like,
And
it's
you know
not
what?
all on
Yo,
you.
that's
but-
a good woman. You're
Yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? She helps out and all that. Yo, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But no matter how much she says it, it's still all on me. In
if
my
shit
head,
fell off because let's say you lost your job or
Yeah.
this went through
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now everything's on your wife as
Yeah.
okay, cool, she's stepping up and now everything collapsed. As a man, are you gonna want to talk about that? No, you just failed your wife.
Family,
in your eyes.
yeah.
That's depressing, bro.
Yeah, you fail your
That is
family.
you failed your
Yeah.
family, dude.
Yeah.
There's nothing more than like depressing than feeling like a failure as a father, a lover, or a husband.
Provider, yeah.
Oh, a provider.
Yeah.
Safekeeper.
And it's hard to do those things. It's very hard. Providing nowadays is tough, man. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that. And as the man, if you don't do it,
You are expected.
you're expected to do it. And if you don't do it, you're going to get looked down, you're even by other men, by your own women, probably,
Yeah.
if it's not the right one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stress that comes with that. And
There is.
It's funny. It's funny. I don't know. This might be a hot take. I don't know. You tell me.
Let's hit it, baby.
And
Let's give it to 'em. They're probably going to come for me in the chat. I don't even care, bro.
It is
I
what it
speak
is.
about what I went through and my thoughts. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's what it is. People don't like it. I really don't care, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? No, for real. Dude, I've been through a lot in life, man. My story could probably change people's lives. So I tell it like it is for a reason.
Exactly. And if we're wrong about something, we could admit it. If we're wrong,
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
yeah, exactly.
I have no problem admitting I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But my hot take is this. You know how, I don't know if it's, how back in the day, men really didn't talk. And we have the illusion of like, it's getting better. Like, we are considered, I don't know about your dad, but
Yeah.
we're considered that we're more talkative, we're more open, we're better with the kids and all that stuff. And in a way, I believe it's true in a way, but in another way, I think it's not going as well, because you hear these stats of males are more single than ever. I think it's like over 50% of men or whatever are single under 30 or something. Like and the numbers just keep getting higher, and male depression just keeps getting worse because I don't know. It seems like we were taking a step in a good direction, and then it's kind of like backfiring because maybe the internet, the pressure that it's hard for men to even talk to a woman nowadays.
You can't.
It's
You
just,
can't.
you don't know exactly.
You can't. You
It's-
cannot go
yeah.
up to a female and say, "Excuse me, miss. I just want to tell you, you're very
It's
beautiful."
the hardest thing to do.
without worrying.
Yeah.
One, yo,
Yeah.
is this girl gonna go off on me? Dude?
Yeah.
Number two, yo, the world we live in.
Yeah.
Okay, believe it or not, I don't care
Yeah.
what your beliefs are. I'm not gonna discuss it further. Is that even a chick?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like I'm gonna end that right there,
yeah.
bro. Like you literally you can't
yo.
you can't go or like yo. What if don't talk to me? What if you get a Karen, bro?
Exactly. And
If I come up to
yeah.
you, I'm sorry. If
Yeah.
I'm a man and I approach
Yeah.
a female and I say, "Excuse me, ma'am," and she gives you some snotty ass attitude, and it's "fuck you, bitch."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go fuck yourself. Now, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I'm
Yeah.
just trying to be nice here. You can't even do that nowadays. You can't even say, "Excuse me, ma'am," without people getting all, "What do you want?"
Exactly.
COVID did that shit.
Yeah, that's part. Yeah, 100%.
COVID did that. Okay,
100%.
It was getting there anyways. Like before COVID
Yeah.
even hit, but I think COVID just like really like
Pushed it.
Yeah, it really jumped that being able to approach people on not even an intimate level, but hey, how are you? My name is Krispy. Nice to
Exactly.
meet you. You know, she automatically thinks that you're trying to sleep with her. What if I'm not, bro?
Yeah, exactly. You don't know.
What if I need a cigarette and I seen you outside smoking cigarettes, so I figured I'd come over here, introduce myself to you, offer to buy you a drink in exchange for a cigarette? I'm not even trying to hit on you, huh?
You see
you
it-
got something I need,
Exactly.
and it's not you or your body.
You see it all the time where like a guy is trying to do something helpful. It's like, "Hey, miss, I'm trying to," and the lady turns around like, "Arr!" And Snappy's like, "I was just trying to return your wallet that you dropped." Like,
I just seen it today. Yo, I was doom scrolling when I was sitting outside smoking, right? Okay. Now, let me ask you what you would do. All right. You're out with your girl on the first date.
yeah,
Okay. You guys are walking into the restaurant together. You're a little ahead, obviously, because you're going to get the door for her, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As a gentleman would, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a couple women, a group of women walking at the same time. Would you or would you? You are opening the door anyways, right?
Correct.
So would you not open the door for those three women? and let them in,
100%.
and then your girl comes in with you. She goes in, and you're behind her as you should be to see and protect, right?
Yes, 100%.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. No,
Perfect normal.
he was in the wrong. And I was like, yo, why is this girl freaking out right now? Like, he literally, that's just a kind gesture.
Correct. Yeah, that's normal back in the day.
I don't know about you, but I was taught to open the door for people.
100%. Whether it's a woman or not, you just do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, it could be a 90-year-old lady. I'm more apt to open it for a 90-year-old lady than I am some hot chick.
Exactly. Hey, listen, I still do it.
You know
And
what I
sometimes,
mean?
and I don't do it for the thank yous or nothing, but I open the, there's people that just walk by like,
They don't
and
say nothing. Nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It used to bother me and now it doesn't. Because now I just go like, you carry that energy. Go ahead.
I think if it bothers you, you're doing it because you're expecting to thank you.
No, it used to. It used to bother me. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, but that's why you were doing it. You're like, oh, this is a nice thing to do. People are going to say thank you. So you open the door.
Exactly.
Right? Now at this point in your life, you're just like, yo, I'm going to be a nice guy and not even expect anything from them.
I'm going to provide good energy. I'm going to provide good energy.
Have a what? You know what I mean?
Exactly. You be negative if you want to at that point.
Yeah.
And it don't bother me because I know.
But yo, even opening the door for a female can get you in trouble. So now, why are you going to waste your fucking time?
Correct.
You're Gucci, right? You're sitting at home. You got a job, right? Okay.
Yep.
You pay your bills.
Yep.
Okay. You got your kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As I do. I got my kid. Bro, I pay my own bills. I take care of myself, dude. We live a nice life.
Yep.
Why am I going to jeopardize what I have?
Correct.
For somebody that may freak out because I open the door for someone else. Okay, now everyone in the chat is going to flip it. Well, pick your woman better. Yeah. There's a reason why I've been celibate for a year. And I'm leaving it up to God. Yeah. Because clearly the women I pick are the wrong ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, why would I even try to risk jeopardizing that when, like, yo, I gotta worry before I even say hi, my name's Krispy, nice to meet you. I gotta worry and think of how this could go bad, bro.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's a good mentality. As a man that has stuff to lose, you should always approach it that way.
I got everything to lose.
Exactly.
Dude. I got a business. I got kids. Exactly. I got a house.
Exactly.
I got a car.
Exactly.
I got a job. You may hate that thing. You may hate that job. You know what I mean? But it provides me.
It's doing what it do right now.
It provides me with whatever I need to.
Yeah, exactly.
To live, to provide, to support my kid, to go on 3-4 vacations a year, to hang out, to chill, to vibe, to not ever need. Like, you know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
Everything I have that I want, I have, bro.
And you, at the same time, you're chasing your dream.
Right.
Yeah.
Why am I going to jeopardize any of that?
Yeah.
To even try to talk to a female when there's a possibility that, yo, I'm just going to get screamed at for trying to introduce myself and be nice.
Yeah.
Because that's how I was taught to approach women.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, it's funny.
You know what I mean?
A lot of male confidence, especially the teenage years, is attached to how you're able to, if you're straight, if you're gay, it's fine too, no problem. But I'm talking about, you know, my experience is attached. Your self-confidence as a man when you're a teenager is attached to how you're able to interact with the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? And I believe before it was hard, you know, I'm old enough to remember having to call the house and introduce yourself to the dad.
Her dad answers, and you're like, hello, Mr. Patterson, can I talk to Jenny, please?
Yeah.
And he determined if you talk to Jenny or not.
Exactly.
No click. You know what I'm saying, bro? You may not even talk to Jenny,
Exactly.
dog.
Exactly. That was hard.
She's busy. Click.
Yeah, that was hard for us. Nowadays, it's even harder because it's the women have this crazy expectation. You have to have money. You have to have this for we see it in the videos. First dates, it has to be this fancy. It's like, we kids, man. Like, what are you talking about? Like, so I feel like it's just gonna get worse due to that fact, and the numbers back it up. Males are more single than ever nowadays. So it's just gonna get worse, and
it really is, man. It
hopefully,
really is. I do think it is a collective effort, though. I think you know what I mean. Yeah. Men, there's a lot of shitbag men out there that treat women like dog shit, that destroy them. Yeah. That now have that expectation.
You know, it's funny. You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always had this thing. It's like, you know, it's about balance. Like, we started the whole show has been about balance, basically.
It's all about balance, baby.
Yeah, like yin
and yang.
Yeah, there was an era, there was a period in time where women were mistreated 100%, and they fought and they have earned their place. and I feel like now it's a little overboard in certain aspects. You know what I'm saying? Like it needs to balance itself back down again.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little spiky and a little wacky. I do definitely agree, because like, yo, you can't like demand that. Like, I'm sorry, how can you say I'm only gonna date a billionaire?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
How many are there?
Dog, what have you done with? Do you not realize what that man has done to gain that billions of dollars?
Correct.
Why do you deserve, as sitting at home with mommy and daddy not working, okay?
Just because I'm pretty.
Just because you're pretty, why do you feel like you deserve that lifestyle? You have not worked for that lifestyle.
Yeah, it's.
I don't expect anything, dude.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
Yes, I have my guidelines. I have my red flags. I have my eject buttons,
Exactly.
as everyone should.
Yeah.
It's called boundaries.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
But-
even having those is a problem nowadays.
Why would I ever think that a billionaire woman
Yeah.
would be interested in me just because I am handsome?
Yeah.
Why? Like, why
Yeah.
would that even be a thought in my mind? What have I done to be in the room with those people, first of all?
Yeah.
And what have I done accomplishment-wise for those people to now, boom,
Yeah.
look at me?
Every time I think about this whole thing, you know, and I did a podcast with this girl named Rel. Hopefully we keep doing them. She was great.
Yeah.
We were talking about the dynamics between the female and male experience and how it's changed over the years. And I think
It has changed, bro. It really did. Dude, look in the 50s, bro.
Yeah.
Listen,
And it was easier in a way back then.
I'm just saying shit worked, dog.
Yeah. I say the same thing. Like
It worked, man.
worked better than what it is right now.
You know what? You are not wrong. You are 1,000%
It worked
not. In my eyes, mind you, this is my opinion, okay?
Yeah.
Women stayed home, men went to work, they raised the kids,
it was
dude.
simple.
The kids weren't
It was
idiots,
simple.
bro. They
Yeah.
weren't, dude, life was
simple.
generally
It was
good
simple.
and simple, bro.
It's a new dynamic.
The knowledge you had was actually like applicable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, I've always said this to my wife, right? Because my wife has always been like, yo, you worry too much about work, and everything's going good. You know, I have a good job. I've been able to provide.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
you know, my wife in that sense has no complaint. Of course, she would love, you know, for her be in a bigger house.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, take a bigger vacation, but that's normal, right?
Yeah,
But
no, that's-
overall,
right.
you know, we're not worried about, you know,
Right, yeah.
regular stuff. But you know, I always felt, and I always told her this: listen, my job and the only job I have, and the only thing that makes me feel worth as a man is when I protect and I provide.
Right.
If I don't do one of those things,
Yeah.
what the fuck am I here for?
Right. Exactly.
What the fuck am I here
Right.
for? You're better than me at everything else. Let me do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Like,
that's that 80-20 though, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, dude? That's
Yeah.
what it is. Like, yo, you do your shit and she does her shit, bro.
Yeah, but-
and it works together though, bro.
Exactly.
But you don't demand shit from your wife.
No,
you know
no.
what I mean?
I told my wife, like, look, my wife works, right? And
Yeah.
then at one point, I told her I had the ability to be like, you don't have to work if you don't want to. When the kids came along, right?
Right.
Like, you had the choice.
Right.
She chose to work. That's her choice.
Yo, definitely,
Yeah.
bro.
But you know, I always felt like that was better. Now, not everybody's in that position. So this is what I'm saying. These new
Look at the
dynamics.
economy though.
No, that's what I'm saying. These new dynamics, women are working because they have to. We need the two incomes now to provide a good, you know, living for your family.
You really do, because everything's so expensive.
It's so expensive.
It's
so
crazy.
So how are these dynamics going to work now? Because what men provided, now the women are doing it, and they feel like, I don't need a man. And I don't know how we fix this, because it's more and more gear up to.
That I don't know, brother. I have no idea.
Hey,
on that
y'all,
one,
there's a
man.
lot of more smarter people than us. Hopefully, y'all can find the
Facts,
answer
bro.
for this. But
eventually, bro.
yeah, it's tough. It's tough because
it's tough, dude. It really is.
not everybody could say, "Hey, don't work to their girl." Like, it's just not even.
It's not even an option. Bro.
Exactly.
It's not. Dog.
Exactly. So what do?
I don't even know.
It's tough, but you
That's
know.
a deep question, bro. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? No, but it is tough, man. But it's just, again,
You just have to work. I mean,
you just work and mingle and call him. You know what I mean, dude?
You know what? One thing that you did that's great, because we kind of know the circle. I know some of your friends.
Yeah.
You know, and you have a great circle, man. Like I like some of the people you hang out with, and I haven't gotten all of them yet, but there's a few that I definitely want to get in here, and I haven't got. It's just a little busy.
Yeah.
But you have a good crew, man.
Yeah. No, and it helps, bro.
Yeah.
It really does, dude. Having good, like-minded people around you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, like, you literally cannot do this on your own. If it wasn't for the people that I had around me,
Correct.
They believe in me more than I believe in myself right here, right now, today. I'll tell you that for a fact. I've gotten a little better about believing in myself, but it's still not to the amount that they see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, dude?
Yeah, that's usually how it is. They're from the outside looking in, so they're able to see. Sometimes you're too focused.
Yeah.
And it happens, man.
Yeah.
It happens, especially doing what we're doing, this social media thing, this artistry.
Yeah.
This is art at the end of the day.
Right, yeah, it
even
really
this
is.
conversation. This is all,
it's art.
we didn't talk about nothing. We, you know what I'm saying? We came in here and we just started talking.
Right.
So it's hard in what we're doing, because it's the ups and downs that we started the show. Is when you're high, you feel like everything's working, but when those lows come in, what do you do? Like, you just
you count on the people, dude, around you.
Exactly.
Count on God. You know what I mean? A lot of it also too is yourself. You can literally change your own mindset, dude. You know what I mean? When I was going to therapy years ago, when I was with my ex-wife, dude, I was mad depressed and everything like that. My therapist literally was like, yo, every morning and every night, as soon as you wake up in the morning, 3 things you're grateful for before you even get up and take a fucking piss in the morning.
Wow.
Start your day off on a positive note.
Yeah, it's big.
Because it's okay, cool, because you need to trick yourself, right? You know what I mean? So you have to be strong-minded mentally as well, okay? And unfortunately, being strong-minded comes through great disaster.
And you know, it's funny, that's a great advice. You know why?
What I mean?
You can control how you get up in the morning, but once you step out of those doors in your house, you really have no control what's going to happen.
Do you? No, you don't have control.
No.
So you may not have control of what happens around you, right? But what do you have control of at all times?
Your emotion.
Yourself. Thoughts, bro.
Yeah. Yep. And it's a big...
You have control, right?
Yep.
Okay? Did that arm raised itself? No, I controlled it to raise.
And like I said, it's one of those things where you have to just take that first step all the time.
Yeah. And that's what she was trying to like instill was, okay, 2 seconds, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm thankful for my wife, my kids, my house. Yo, that's 3. How long did it take for me to rattle that off?
Nothing.
30 seconds?
Yeah, less.
You could say that on the way to the bathroom.
Exactly. Bro. And those 2 things right there, it's going to make you feel better right away. Yeah. It's like, oh, what the hell am I worried about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, yo, now when I get depressed and I get my depressed moods, what pisses me off more is the fact that, like, yo, why am I depressed? Like, yo, because again, when to start getting my negative thoughts, I go through my checklists. I got my son. I got a good job. I got the car. Photography business. You know what? Already made more money than I did last year. So that's a fucking plus. Yeah, even if I don't make anything from here on, guess what? So that's, you know what I mean, right? That's a goal. Check, right?
Yeah.
Woo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%.
I left my house and then came home 10 hours later after working a day at work, because a lot of people don't come home, dog.
Exactly. Hey, I'm healthy.
So
that's a big.
So when I do get depressed now, I'll say it to the homies. I'm like, yo, I don't understand why. Then they're like, just stop. Gain control of your thoughts again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And reel yourself back in. They can't do that for me.
Yeah.
Only I can do that for myself.
Exactly.
That is it.
Exactly. And
God will allow it to happen if I put in the work, dude.
Yeah. I think everybody needs like an anchor.
Yes.
Where like when you start feeling those emotions, something that you could like always go back to, and it'll just ground you back in place. Because like you said, what if everything, like you said, your house, your kid, you're healthy, you have your business, you
ate today.
Exactly.
You woke up and put a fresh pair of socks on, dog.
Exactly. Some people
you ever be so homeless you take your socks off and they stand straight up? I have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's homeless, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough.
No, for real, dude. You know, like, so it's literally just when you wake up in the morning. If you're feeling depressed right now, okay? Well, first of all, It is okay to feel the feelings that you're feeling. What is not okay is to live in those feelings and give them the power to dictate how you go about your day. Okay? Do whatever you gotta do. Stay there, process it, cry about it, do whatever you gotta do. But if you're feeling down on yourself right now, this goes for anybody. I don't care who you are or what gender you go by. I don't get, the dogs next door, dude. This is for them, bro.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? To the squirrels outside, dude. Okay? Wake up every morning. If you can't list 3, list 2. 2 positive things every morning. And if you can't think of anything, I'll give you one right now. You woke up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, a lot of people didn't fucking wake up today, dude.
100%.
You know how much of a blessing that is?
100%.
So now you start out like that, cool. You do that for a couple weeks, you go to 5 things, you go to 6 things, you go to 7 things. Next thing you know, you're like, yo, I'm not sad anymore, for one.
Yeah.
Okay? I still may be angry. I still may be hurt because so-and-so did what, but I'm not like fucked up by it. You know what I mean anymore?
Yeah.
But like, yo, positive came out of that. Wait, how did positive come out? Because I woke up every morning and instantly tried instilling positive thoughts into my mind.
Correct. And it's a journey, man. Like, I feel like...
Oh, it is, dude. I've been there, bro.
Yeah.
Dog, I've been I say upstate like we're in New Hampshire. I've been to a Concord mental institution.
Yeah.
In Manchester, in Concord, New Hampshire. I was there for fucking 2 months, bro. Because I was that fucking depressed. Like, yo, I've been in it, dude. You know what I mean? Them slamming pills down my throat and shit. Like, I've been there, bro. I've been. Trust me, it's not a place you want to be. I've been to jail too, dude. I'd rather go to jail than a psych ward again. You know what I mean? So I've been there. So like when I speak about depression, it's from here.
Yeah.
Because I've been locked up because of it, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And sometimes it's like you said, you just can't help. Like, you don't know why. Like you say, you don't know why, and that's okay. Sometimes you don't not to know
to not know why you're fucking mad.
But don't you want to find out? That's why I always tell people. That's why you always have to look forward to the next day. You don't know what's coming. You don't know when. You don't know when that darkness might go away, and you know what I'm saying. And it might come back, and it might go away, and it might come back, and that's okay.
It comes and goes,
and that's okay. Yeah, like you know one thing I
like every other feeling, love comes and goes.
Yeah,
happiness comes and goes.
Exactly.
Joys, resentment, everything comes and goes. Right? It's all fucking borrowed, bro.
Exactly.
So why be mad? Why be depressed? Again, I understand it's hard. Yeah. Yes. Yo, Krispy, you don't understand that. No, I do understand, bro.
Yeah.
Hard work, dedication, determination, dude, is the reason why I have this mindset in God. Literally, like it's literally, you have to want. I wanted to have a better mind. Correct. I didn't want to fucking be depressed and want to kill myself all the time. I got a kid to live for. I got a whole family that loves me. The fuck?
Yeah.
Why did I ever think that I wanted to take my own life, bro?
Yeah.
Or try to by ingesting so many drugs, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like, why did I ever do that, bro? You know what I mean?
It's tough, and it's coming from a person like me. I haven't lived.
I've been there, dude. Yeah. I've been through it that deep, dog. And my mindset now is 1,000 times better, bro. But that took years and years of practice and dedication. You don't just wake up the next day and say, I'm not gonna be depressed anymore. It's not how it fucking works, dude.
Krispy, how old are you, man?
36.
36.
Yeah.
You know,
I've been depressed my whole fucking life, dude. But I've been depressed since the day I watched my dad literally walk out of my life, dude, by choosing booze over me, dude. He was sitting in his shit, passed the fuck out with a bottle in his hand, dude. My mom brought me over because it was my weekend with dad, okay? And he was like, no, fuck that kid. I don't want booze. Okay? Since then, I've been depressed, dog. Since I was 6 fucking years old. So I've been depressed my whole life, dude. You know what I mean? 30 fucking years of my life, dude.
Yeah.
But now when I get depressed, it's easier because I put the fucking groundwork in, dude, to establish a healthy mindset, dude.
And you got possibly even more than 36 more years to go, where it could be just great. Right. You know what I'm saying? Of course, life is life, and there's always going to be hardships.
Life is life, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to grow up, see your kid be better than you.
That's, dude,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the goal, bro. I know people are like, yo, I've made it when, You know when I've made it? When I can watch my kid graduate college and go into a field and, you know what, achieve his goals. I don't give a fuck if I never take another goddamn picture again a day in my life.
100%.
What I care about is seeing my son achieve his goals. Because I know whatever that kid does, accomplish is gonna be 1,000 times better than I ever was.
100%.
And you know what? That's all I've ever wanted. That means I did my fucking job, bro.
Exactly.
If my kid turns out better than me, I did my fucking job.
Exactly. And this is the thing that I always tell people, you know what I'm saying, that are going through it. You just don't know what's ahead. You're gonna miss out on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you do the unthinkable. So.
Plus, if you do the unthinkable, dude, every single ounce of pain that you're feeling in that moment,
it gets transferred, man. It gets
transferred to your family.
100%. 100%.
You think your life's so bad that you want to take your life that literally could ruin your kid's life? Nah, fuck that shit, bro.
Yeah.
That kid's more important than my life will ever be.
Exactly.
Will ever be. That kid is more important than my life will ever be.
And look what you just said. Look what started it off for you at 6 years old. So what we do as parents.
My dad was hella depressed, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why he drank and he was a drug addict, dude.
And then that pain gets transferred.
And that pain does, you do transfer that pain, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like, yo, that was traumatizing for me to see and hear.
Yeah.
Like, dog, I can close my eyes, dude, and I can picture it. Like, yo, I'm 36 fucking years old, bro, and that trauma is still there, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough, man. And
you know what I mean?
I can't even, you can't picture yourself doing that to your kid. I can't picture doing that to my kid.
Man. No.
But at the end of the day, like you talk about it and it doesn't sound like you're coming from a better place towards your father either. It just sounds like
so all right, for who? All right. That's actually fucking good, dude. That's deep. So my father left, my biological father, okay? He left when I was 6 years old. I did not see him until 3 days before he died.
Wow.
I was, I don't even know, 19, 20 years old, some shit like that, dude. Okay? This is when the moment I learned that words you speak have power.
100%.
And God fucking showed me. Okay? I'll tell you that right now. So I met him 3 days before he died. Mind you, he had stage 4 cancer, dude. He had a trach. Dude was dying anyways. Okay? His machines, he wasn't taking care of himself. All right? I saw that when I went into the room. All right, they sent him home. He was in like a room in the house or whatever, dude. I could see he wasn't taking care of himself. So like, yo, looking back now, okay, but I wished death upon him because of something I misunderstood that he said, okay, because of my anger towards him.
Yep.
All right, boom. You know what I mean? I learned. I know my words did not kill him. The cancer killed him.
Yeah.
But still, dude. 3 days fucking later, dude, you ain't telling me that ain't a quinky dink? Nah, that's big man upstairs saying, dog, listen, he's already going. I was going to take him anyways, but you fouled some ignorant shit. Watch this, dude. Boop. That's why I don't like, yo, I don't hate nobody. Like, dude, I learned that young, okay?
Yeah.
So, yo, my whole life, dude, I was very, very angry at my dad, dude. I always wondered why. Da-da-da, this, that, the other thing. Blah, 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 blah. Until my son was born. Now, when my son was born, the first year he was born, I was still a drug addict, dude. So I was not allowed to see him.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
I get clean. I get custody of the kid. His mom develops a habit. So she disappears for a little bit. Okay? She's now back in his life. She's been back in his life for a very long time now. They have a very good relationship. You know what I mean? But it wasn't until she dropped him off and was like, I can't do this no more. Can you take him, please? And, yo, that hit fucking deep, dude. Like, obviously, yeah, I'm taking my kid. But, like, yo, at that moment, literally, my thought was this.
Yeah.
My dad showed me, he wasn't around to show me what to do. He wasn't around to show me what not to fucking do. He knew that me going with my mom and him not being around was the best bet thing. Because he knew he was depressed. He knew he was a drug addict, an alcoholic, and he was not going to change. And he knew my mom could provide a better lifestyle. But, bro, you're talking, that's 23 years later, bro, for that. And it never would have thought, I never would have flipped that thought until that happened. If that had never happened, that moment had never happened, bro, I don't think that thought would have ever happened. And I think I'd still be walking around very fucking mad at my dad.
Yeah, there's a lot of men walking around like that.
You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
Like, dog, dude, I had the chance, dude.
Yeah.
I had the chance to ask that question. I let my anger in the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'll never know now.
Yeah.
I was here with my biological father. I could have asked him what the reason why was he left.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I fucking wished him death to his face. Went about my business, dude. Next thing you know, dude, fucking 3 years later, I'm getting handed kid full custody, dude, full time. And I'm like, yo, oh, all right.
Yeah.
What she just said, maybe that's what my dad fucking did.
Without saying it.
He said it in a very fucked up way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yo, let's think about it, dude, for a second. Stop and think about it. He was fucked up in that truck.
Exactly.
He didn't know. Maybe he didn't know what the fuck he was saying.
Yeah. Exactly.
So he said it in a way that he knew how to say it.
Or he might have not even been thinking you're listening to it. You're too young to understand what he's saying.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't until that moment. And so I will never understand why. But I'm not mad at him for leaving anymore.
That's very big.
You know what I mean?
Because you can move forward.
I'm genuinely not mad at him anymore, and I haven't been for many years. It's been years since I've done it, but I'll go to his grave and fucking bring a beer, dude, and smoke a joint, dude, and fucking cry.
That's what's up.
Cry ugly, dude. You know what I mean?
Up,
like,
man.
yo, that's my pops at the end of the fucking day.
Yeah.
By him not being there, showed me how to be there for my fucking kid. Is what it did.
The importance of being there.
Yo, that started with me, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of people get shown that, okay? Statistically.
Yeah.
They get shown that. The dad leaves, dude, and they don't know how to or want to change that cycle. I wanted to break that cycle because, yo, that shit fucking sucked, dude.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about earlier, playing sports, looking out, seeing your parents there, and when you don't, that shit's devastating, dude.
Exactly. Especially if you see all the kids that their parents are showing off and yours is not there. Sucks.
You know what I mean?
Sucks.
Dad called me, yo, I'm gonna be there Sunday, and doesn't show up. Like, yo, so you know what I mean?
Especially when you're losing in sports when you're young. Like, it's cool to be like when it's winning and you see your parents and you see them hugging and it's happy time.
Yes.
But it's also very important when that losing comes and you know you have the emotions.
No, it's literally you know, you have to want to truly break that generational curse. I'm not saying people out there don't want to. Maybe they want to. They don't fucking know how. Maybe they don't. Maybe. Luckily for me, okay. Luckily for me, growing up, I had my stepfather, so I did have a male figure that not replaced my blood dad. Yeah, but he was able to show me the finer things in life on how to do it.
Yeah, you know one thing.
You know what I mean?
One thing. A lot of people have. You know, it's a lot of men that have this. You know, go through this where dad's not there.
Yeah,
and I think it showed a lot of strength that you actually went. You didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know that guy. You might have said whatever you said, and he might have tell you "fuck you" back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then you still carry that anger with you. Yeah. But you had the strength to actually go and face it. A lot of people don't.
50-50. My aunt kind of came to the door. No, bro, my aunt yoked me by my ear.
She's a good aunt.
My aunt was like, "No, dude, your dad is fucking dying and he lives a floor below you and on the opposite side." She literally grabbed me by my ear and dragged me down those stairs.
She knew.
And I do, like, now I do thank my aunt for that moment. At that moment, like, for a very long time, I blame my aunt. Like, yo, had I not been in that room because you brought me down there, I wouldn't have seen him. I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have.
You still have been carrying that.
Yeah. I carried it.
But she probably knew. She knew.
No. I thank her now. Yo, thank you.
Yeah.
I at least got to see my dad one more time before he fucking died, dude.
100%.
I may not have seen him in 20 years or however many years at that point it was, but at least I got to see him one more time.
You got closure, bro. You got closure.
You know what I mean?
That's important.
And at the time, it was a lie, but I told him I forgave him for everything he did. And that was for his fucking peace. Yeah. So he could die, hopefully, in a peaceful place. Yeah. It wasn't until years later where I did actually forgive him. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I do forgive him. I do wish my dad was fucking here. I'm not mad at him anymore for leaving. You did the right fucking thing, Pops. Yeah. I'm not even playing. You did the right fucking thing. Because I was a bad fucking kid, dude. If he was around, I could have been 1,000 times worse, dude. Yeah. He could have done way more damage than I would have ever done in my own life. Yeah. 100%. That's, you know, a lot of people don't think about it that way. But the key point is that no matter how old you get, if you dealing and it doesn't even matter if it's to the extreme of your dad wasn't around, or it could be simple shit like my dad didn't show up to the game because he was working.
You and your dad need to figure that out and have that conversation so you can have understanding.
Not even that, bro. Not even that. Stop being fucking selfish at the end of the day. Yo, you like playing that sport? Yeah. Okay. Your dad wasn't here because he's working overtime because he had to buy those $800 cleats that you're wearing on your feet to play this game that you're playing. Oh, all right. Again, it's all mind and perspective, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's all mind and perspective, bro.
And it takes strength to go back and look at those situations in your life, process them, and move forward and deal.
I don't even think I fully processed it, dude. I just think it's now a lot easier to deal with, bro. It doesn't bother me as much. It still bothers me that he left, bro.
Yeah,
I'm still fuck you, dude. Fuck you, guy.
Yeah. Is that because you
left?
Yeah.
Dude, what I really want to do is you left. You're a little bitch, dog. Look at me. I fucking stayed, dude. I'm better than you. But yo, what does every fucking parent want?
Exactly.
Their kid to be better than them. Okay, so my dad leaving made me a better fucking man than he ever was because I fucking stayed.
As fucked up as it sounds.
Again, by him leaving was the greatest fucking lesson God ever gave me, bro. Yeah. This is what not to do to your kids.
Yeah.
You really want to break generational curse? That starts with you today, here, now. When I was 1 years old, bro, 20 years old, and I chose not to wear a rubber, dude. And my stepdad, my whole fucking life was like, dude, you want to make grown man decisions? You're going to suffer grown man consequences. Yeah. My whole fucking life, he said that, bro. My whole life, dude.
You know what's funny? And I'm a give.
And I did. So I chose not to wear a rubber. I got my son's mother pregnant. Dog, I'm not going nowhere. That's my kid.
Exactly. You know, this conversation just made me think about, I just did an interview with Terminology.
Yeah.
He has his Good Dad Gang brand.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. I mean, Father's Day just passed. He has a book out. Go get it. I haven't read it. I'm actually going to get it.
Yeah, I want to read it. I'm just so busy, bro.
I'm going to buy a term for real. I'm going to buy it and I'm going to read it because it's a person that comes from the same place that we come from. You know what I'm saying? He could verbalize and put it in book form for people like us to understand.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying?
I haven't read the book yet, but I've heard phenomenal things about it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But and I've talked to a couple people and they've literally said, I wish I had something like this when I was younger.
Yeah.
Or like, yo, I wish my pops could have seen some shit like this.
Even when you were a kid, to read it.
Yo, it starts with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your children are a product of you.
100%. 100%.
You. The choices you make as a parent reflect your child in way more ways than a lot of these cats will ever understand.
Yeah.
And I promise you.
Yeah.
Okay? And just because you're in your child's life actively does not make you a good parent,
bro. You could fuck them up way more by being if you're not right. Yeah. You could do more harm than good by being there if you're a fucked up person. So
just because you're in your kid's life doesn't make you a good parent, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? That's facts. And I'm sorry. They're probably going to come for you in the chat after I said that. You know what I mean? But yo, as a parent, I can say that, dude. It is what it is. My son is a product of how I raised him, bro.
100%.
Yes, I had help. My mom's has helped me. It literally takes a village to raise a good kid. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny. That's how it used to be before. It's less and less than that shit now.
Yeah, dude.
I remember the time where a neighbor could fucking almost pretty much
help raise your kid. Yeah,
exactly. Like, hey, if it's something bad enough,
yo, Miss Jones yelled at me, bro. I get home, my mom's would be like, yo, Miss Jones yelling at you.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
It was, you know how it is now. Like, I come from the era where like a teacher could hit you, your neighbor. There was that level of trust between the people that you were growing up with.
Yo, you ever watch one of your homies get their ass whooped and you start laughing and their mom goes, yo, you're next. And you're like, fuck, dude. Yeah. You're not even my mom, bro. You don't want my ass, dude.
But the problem is,
yo, I have respect.
No, the problem is that she's going to go tell whatever fucked up shit you did to your mom and your mom is going to be like, good, I got him too now. You know what I'm saying?
So you get two ass whoopings,
Exactly. And I know hitting your kids. I don't hit my kids. We're not meaning in that way. You know what I'm saying? But at least your neighbors, the people that were around you, were able to talk to you if you were doing some fucked up shit. They were able to call you out on it, and then go tell your mom or your dad. Now that shit is all gone. We don't care. Your neighbor could see
someone breaking into your house. Yeah, they wouldn't even call 911, dude.
Did you see nothing?
Nah.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
It's
fucked
tough, up, bro.
And it's I don't know. Like I said, this is why this whole new age that we're going into, it's hard to predict because we've never been here before. Yeah, exactly.
Bro, that's literally the only thing I can think of.
We're more connected, but more alone than ever.
Because, yo, this wasn't around in the 1950s.
Yeah,
This
we were
wasn't
forced to communicate.
This wasn't around in the 70s. This wasn't around in the 60s. It wasn't around in the 80s.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And not just that, you couldn't go to Netflix and just marathon watch a whole season. You had to wait the next day or like the next week.
Next week, my guy.
Exactly. Like, and then all that stuff forced you to actually have a relationship with the people around you. Now you go to work, come back home, you just get into a screen.
Yeah.
Waste 8 hours, then go back to the next day and do it all. It's like the fucking Matrix, bro. Like, no lie, it's crazy.
All over again,
it's
bro.
crazy. If you. But I think we're lucky.
A lot of society's issues is technology, bro. It's made civilization fucking lazy.
Helped and it's harm.
Yeah,
and I don't know what's better. Yeah. Because
I'd say harmed. Look at the society we live in, dude. Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
Look at it really before when technology was minimized. All right, let's take it. Let's go back to the fucking 30s, 40s, dude.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't a lot of technology around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we're
I'm
lucky.
sure everyone struggled. I'm sure there was still day-to-day struggles. You know what I mean? But at least like. Men were men, women were women, children were children.
We knew what ground we were standing on. We knew what was right. Right now, nobody knows what the fuck.
What the fuck's going on in society?
Exactly.
You don't even know, dude.
Exactly. It's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know what to do, but listen,
I'd just be chilling, working, trying to get better at my craft, bro. I don't pay attention really to it all. People are like, yo, you hear that? No.
Protect your circle.
You not? Dude, I just don't follow that shit, bro.
It's better.
Because I know it's going to fuck up my head, bro.
It's better.
Like, I'll catch myself doom scrolling and I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, stop. You need to stop. You're done. You already posted.
I get anxiety from that shit.
Why you been sitting for 45 minutes doom scrolling, dude, when you could have been editing? Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you have work to do, guy.
Exactly.
That's really what it is. It's
exactly.
I don't see it. Sometimes I don't care.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, there's some shit going on with Iran or whatever. Like,
it might be
someone's gonna be bombing III, bro. Yeah. Like, and I'm just like, huh? That, like, sucks, dude. I just hope whatever outcome happens that it's a good outcome. I guess I don't fucking know. Again, I don't know because I don't pay attention to it, dude. Like, I'm just oblivious to everything around me.
All I know is it's bad and some people are gonna die.
Yeah, dude. That's crazy.
You know,
it's crazy, but it's because of these fucking cell phones, bro. You don't have to call your homie no more.
Yeah.
On a landline, dude, or a payphone.
It's so much easier.
Yo, you ever be stuck somewhere, call you, and had no money on you, call your mom, collect it real quick, and just be like, yo, mom, come give you, and then hang the phone up so it goes through, but they don't have to accept it, so at least they still hear the message.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, bro? Kids these days they don't know how to dial collect.
Nah.
Huh? What's that, dude?
We are in a lucky position that we are the last generation that remember both. We're the only but that's it. It dies with us, bro. Yeah. Your kids ain't gonna know what the hell is a fucking dial a dial phone.
My son does know what a rotary phone is. Which shocked me, dude. Yeah. That didn't surprise me. I'm not gonna lie to you. One day we were talking about it with me and my mom, dude, and he was like, "Oh, I know what that is." I was like, "Fuck out of here." He's like, no, it's one, and I was like, damn, bro, little homie knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again,
but she's never used one.
Exactly.
Or seen one. You know
we are the last generation that's gonna know what it was like before and after.
Before technology. Yeah. Before and after technology, dude.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather go back. Right now, I'd rather go back.
I have to use this fucking. I mean, don't get me wrong.
This is a
it makes it easier but difficult at the same time.
This is the messed up part, and I think we are able to take advantage of technology the best. Our kids are probably not going to be able to do it because we know both. We know when we're going too much, we know what it feels like to it feels way better to actually talk to your homie.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It feels better to actually be in the same room with your friend. Yeah. We know this.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're able to appreciate technology.
Able to do it.
Exactly.
Like, I went out to supper the other night with B Snare and Michael Murphy III.
Great. You have to do it. Amazing.
No one picked their phone
Amazing.
up.
Yeah. You talk bullshit, talk about whatever.
Just bullshit and talking. Yeah. We ordered our food, went, sat down, bullshit, talked. We ate, bro.
Yeah.
Went back to B's house, fucking hung out, chilled, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, 5 hours have gone by. Ain't no one looked at their phone.
Exactly. That's going to be gone. Like the new kids, they might not even experience that ever because they're used to talking to their homie on the camera.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's tough, man. But
it is, man.
Crispy, man.
It is very tough, brother.
We've been here for a while. Let's end it there. Me and you could do this anytime. Like I said, brother, anytime you want to come by and shoot the shit, it's always fun. So, say something to the people before we go, where to get you, where to follow you, everything.
Isn't that the mystery? No, I'm just kidding. So on Instagram, it's _ krispypic media. Facebook, it's krispypic. TikTok, I'm not really on TikTok.
Me neither.
I mean, you can find me on TikTok. Again, krispypic. Yeah, Google me. Like I heard someone say that the other while ago, bro, and I literally Googled krispypic media, and I will pop up. You may have to scroll down a couple, but I'm there. You know what I mean? Who knows? Maybe I'm in the top one. I don't know. But yeah, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, krispypic media.
Let's go. Thank you, man. This is the E.D.J podcast, the E.D.J Studios. Let's go. Thank you.